So when you read a MRI, you have to go in a sequence, you have to formulate a sequence in how to go about reading. So you have to be comprehensive, you have to first find out what is anterior, what is posterior, whether you're going from medial to lateral, lateral to medial, top to bottom, so that you know in what sequence the MR images are proceeding. So first we talk about how when you look at the axial sections, how they look to you, what you are looking at. So axial images usually will start from top to bottom. So what will help you identify whether these are the upper sections or the lower sections, and which is anterior and what is posterior. So if you see the acromion, the AC joint and the clavicle in the first section, you are going from top to bottom. Now if you are going from top to bottom, what is anterior and what is posterior? So in the upper sections, try and look for the coracoid process. So coracoid process is the lighthouse of shoulder MRI. If you find the coracoid, you will be able to make out the anatomy. So which structures are where. Coracoid is a structure which is in the uppermost sections and at the anterior part of the shoulder. So where you see the coracoid process, that part is anterior in the axial section, and the opposite part would be the posterior. So here you can see the acromion, the clavicle. So I will proceed with, I first want to see which is anterior, which is posterior. So I will go in a bit downward direction so that I can look at the coracoid. So here I can see the coracoid process. Here it is the coracoid process. So this is anterior and this is posterior. This helps me find out which is anterior, which is posterior. I can see what is medial because my coracoid, the glenoid would be medial. So this is medial and this is where the muscles is, this is lateral. So this clarifies my my anatomy, so what I am looking at, and then I can go about reading the MRI properly. So going back, when we started from the topmost sections. So in the topmost section you see the acromion, the clavicle. As we go down, you will see the spine of the scapula, the coracoid we were seeing. We can see the labrum also here. So on axial sections, what is important to look for pathology is your labral pathologies, the tears of the labrum, the tears of the anterior or the posterior labrum. So when you are looking for a Bankart lesion, which is a tear of antero-inferior labrum, you want to look at the inferior sections. So what are the inferior sections? When the coracoid disappears from the axial sections, that means you have come in the inferior section, you have gone below the equator. So if the anterior labrum is missing or torn in those sections, that means that there is a Bankart's lesion. So if this is the anterior labrum, this should be firmly attached to my glenoid. So if it is not attached here, if it is found here or somewhere, that means the glenoid labrum is torn anteriorly, and that is your Bankart's lesion. Another important thing you look for in your axial sections is your Hill-Sachs lesion. So Hill-Sachs lesion is always superiorly. So you have to look at the posterolateral aspect of the humeral head in the superior sections. So at or above the level of coracoid, if you see, if there is a dip here, this is your Hill-Sachs lesion. So another important structure to see is when you stop seeing the coracoid, there will be your supraspinatus muscle going here, just attaching on the lesser tuberosity. So this is my biceps groove, this is my biceps lesion, this is my GT, this is my LT. So this muscle is my subscapularis muscle, which is attaching on the lesser tuberosity. Here is my posterior cup, the supra and the infraspinatus. So if there is a tear of the subscapularis, the muscle will be lying somewhere here or here, not attaching on the LT. So this is what you look for in the in the axial section. So going down, showing good labrum, anterior labrum, posterior labrum, and the biceps tendon. You can see some edema around the biceps tendon. So axial, what is a checklist in the axial sections? You want to look for os acromiale, I'll talk about it later, the rotator cuff, the supraspinatus, infraspinatus, biceps tendon in the bicipital groove. If it is dislocated, the biceps tendon, it's not lying in the groove, that usually means that there is a associated subscapularis pathology, usually a subscapularis tear. You will see the superior labrum attachment, the Hill-Sachs lesion, which is very important. I think Hill-Sachs, your biceps, and your Bankhart's lesion. These are the most important things you are looking for, along with your subscapularis tendon. These are the most important structures you look for in the axial sections. Okay. Sometimes you see a concavity in the posterolateral humeral head in the inferior sections below the level of coracoid. That is normal. Don't mistake it for a Hill-Sachs lesion. Hill-Sachs lesion is superiorly in the superior sections.